Avast, mateys, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia. We've returned to the lands of ice for the purple moon crystal. But before we go and get that, let's go hunting for the largest of game. So this is the second of the 4 monsters that are flying around Arcadia that we can take down with a Delphinius. Well, what is that thing? Is it an insect or something? Wow, there are things like this flying around? Now this is why I love sailing, you never know what you'll run into. Well, let's take this thing down. We get to use the Moonstone Cannon next turn, so for now let's just buff ourselves. And let's debuff the enemy. So we're facing Alania, some sort of giant flying spider thing. Shaggy. So similar to the giant squid, this guy really isn't going to be a challenge. He's here just so we can kill him and get his loot. We didn't kill this guy the previous time we were here when we were hunting for discoveries, since we didn't have our fortune teller crew member yet. And we need her with us so we can get an extra item when we kill this guy. And yes, we have just come to an unpopulated land to kill some random monster thing that's just flying around minding its own business. Don't worry about it. I'm sure there's no commentary here about who the real monster is. It's clearly this thing. So our Moonstone Cannon should now be incredibly powerful, because we now have Ismail on our crew. And Ismail's ability is to make the Moonstone Cannon do even more damage, so that added to the Increm and Dronos buffs and debuffs should make the Moonstone Cannon exceptionally lethal from this point on. And it's already our main damage dealer, so now it should be even better. Yeah, this guy doesn't know what to do, he's just assessing what's going on. He's just minding his own business. It's too thin, we can't hit it from the side. Oh, let's get behind it. That's the usual tactics for airship battles. Okay, we got behind it. This should give us an advantage. Behind it? Are you sure this thing has a front and a back? They both look the same to me. Just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. If I say it's the back, it's the back, okay? Just fire at it. Well, let's fire off our super cannon. And then we're going to start firing our Weatherly Cannon. So I believe that since this is a magical cannon, it has the properties of a blue moon. I think that Thena makes it do more damage, since her magic stat is very high. I bet this thing only just woke up and now is getting a Moonstone Cannon to the face. Oh, we almost one-shot it. Yeah, Ismail's contribution to our crew is definitely an advantage. We're going to keep him with us. And then we can see how much damage our new magical cannon does. Shaggy. So I believe this guy does have a second attack, but we might not get to see it. It depends how much damage our secondary cannon is going to do. We also have the new gunner with us, Bell, who increases the damage of our secondary cannons. So the Delphinius has just become an absolute beast, even more so than before. Oh yeah, this thing is totally going to die next turn, before he even got a chance to do anything. The poor spider thing. All he wanted to do was fly around the lands of ice. It wasn't hurting anyone. Alright, it's starting to run away. See, I told you this was the back. Alright, let's go after it. Sure, whatever, Vise. Well, beginning pursuit. Oh, let's fire off our 5-inch cannon. And I guess somehow, if it isn't dead yet, let's just toss in some of our old bombs for the hell of it. May as well do something with this turn. Well, you put up a good fight, spider insect thing. But in the end of the day, you had loot that we wanted. So your fate was predetermined. And of course it explodes. Don't question it, it's fine. It's just the exploding variety of spiders. And we get the Goddess Figurine and the Air Purifier. So I believe you only get the Air Purifier if you have Khalifa in your party. So let's check that out. Also, while we're here, let's heal ourselves. And let's heal the ship. Oh, and I just remembered, I don't think we've used our Captain's Stripes yet. Or have we? Oh yeah, we got 2 of them. Well, may as well do that. But it does mean we have to heal the ship again. There you go, we have 50,000 health exactly with the Delphinius. So let's examine the new equipment for the Delphinius. The Air Purifier. Purifies the air below decks to keep everything smelling clean and fresh and not sweaty. So that's another one of those useless items. So the reason why I've been collecting all these things like the chandelier and the air purifier and the like, and the Aphoterm and Alcove, is because there's another title you can get later in the game if you get all of these items. But you always need to get something like 1,000,000 gold as well, so we probably won't get it. Right, so Glacia should be just over here. So let's smash through the ice and make our way to the Purple Moon Crystal. Oh, looks like we got ourselves a champ straight away. We must have dislodged it when we smashed through. Yeah, so the Delphinius just has embedded itself into the ice. And I think that was the last champ we needed to upgrade Cupel. Yes, we have 12 of them. Well, let's upgrade Cupel. So now he's no longer going to be a frying pan. Now he's going to be a weight. Cupel uses magic to increase its own weight many times over and then drops on an enemy's head. That's what I'm talking about. We've got to see that in action. Sadly, it means we can't continue doing any frying pan puns, though. Which is a shame. Visitor to Glacia, answer my query and open your own path. What? Did that rock just say something? Deep within the Purple Moonstone lies the power to hold the world still. What is this power? Oh, it's the power of ice. So we just have a little test here to make sure we understand how magic works in this game. So we're going to get asked a couple of questions relating to what the Purple Moon is all about before we actually get access to the dungeon. If we get it wrong, then it sends us into a load of spikes and we take damage. See, there's no hidden treasure. Okay, let's continue. It's always worth checking. You never know when they're going to pull that on you. Visitor to Glacia, answer my query and open your own path. The purple crest hides a certain number. What is that number? So this relates to the number of full pips that you see when we cast a spell. And we know that the Purple Moon uses 2. It goes in order: green, purple, blue, red, yellow and silver. That goes from 1 to 6. So it's an easy way to tell what element, like constructed enemies are and stuff like that if they have a crest on them. Then you can see by how many full pips the crest has, what moon it comes from. So all the Gigas have those crests on them and stuff like that. And we have one final question. This one's the harder one. Visit the Glacia, answer the last query and open your own path. Purple moonstones affect the abilities of living things. What are those abilities most valued by the people of Glacia? So since the purple moon is all about magic, it's going to be will and spirit. Power and courage is the red moon, and life and healing is the green moon. Will and spirit is the purple moon. And now we should have access to Glacia. This looks like it's the last door. The fog is so thick, I can barely see what's in front of me. It's so cold, even the air is freezing. Well, we can't let that stop us. Thighs? Hey, where did Vice go? I'm down here. Jeez. That was a close one, Vice. Vice, what happened? That was close. If we can see the sky through the floor, that means we're at the bottom. Hey, the fog is starting to lift. I never imagined we'd find this. An upside-down city at the bottom of the continent. Wow, there were buildings shaped like icicles hanging from the ceiling. This is Glacia. In the old world, it was the capital of the region. The people that lived here were powerful mages. Using the power of the purple moon, they built this city. And because this city was built below the ice, it was unharmed by the rains of destruction. So Glacia is as it was during the time of the old world. But wait, then what happened to the people that were living here? I don't know. According to the legends, the people of Glacia just disappeared. Nobody knows where they went, or why they left. Maybe they left their city to invade another land. And they perished in the war and in the rains. I can't imagine an entire culture becoming extinct. Think of all the knowledge that was lost. Everything that these people worked so hard for is going to stay buried here forever. Let's go. We should find the purple moon crystal before we get buried here forever. So this is the first of the ancient lands that's actually been untouched, so this is as it was before. Before we get a move on, yep, just checking around to make sure there wasn't any treasure. So to get around this area, we're just going to have to travel on these lifts, similar to Rixus. But at least this time there aren't going to be loads of craters blocking our path, since the city isn't destroyed. Right, so if we want that chest, we're going to have to find another way around. So I think for the most part, I remember this dungeon being very linear. So we just have to get to the end of it. I don't think there's that many paths to go the wrong direction for extra loot. But we'll see as we go. Let's see who we're gonna face. Ah, just more penguins. We've dealt with these guys before. So let's throw out a Lambda Burst, and everyone else pick on the loopers. Right, that helps us kill the looper, definitely. Well, see you later, looper. Oh, I love Enrique's cry of pain so much. Yes, bring in your friends to die. More blood for the sacrifice.
Fire consume my enemy! Lambda burst!
Yeah, so Lambda Burst is still enough damage to deal with all of these guys. And yes, we are whacking enemies with a fish. Just in case you missed it last time, when we picked up the raw tuna. And we get Rhaknam. Excellent. The more people with Rhaknam, the better. Now we just need to get it with Vise, I think, and then everyone's got it. Let's see. Oh, it does look like there's multiple directions. Let's go this way. This looks wrong. Actually, maybe it's right. Well, we'll see. We gotta hope that we go the wrong way for all the loot. Yeah, we made the wrong choice. Excellent. And now we get to fight a walrus. Well, everyone pick on the walrus and Lambda Burst. The loops will probably just run away. Yeah, they are. Oh, don't fail your call, allies. I want more blood. Blood for the sacrifice.
Yeah.
That guy's guarding, but with everyone hitting him, we should be okay. Let fire consume our enemies. Right, one of those penguins guarded.
Over there.
And there goes Q-Paul, whacking enemies on the head.
How about you?
Well, that guy took a beating, but we finally took him down. Now let's just whack him in the face with a Cutlass Fury.
We did it!
You know, it's a shame that we have the Constitution gem on Fina that makes her immune to all the debuffs in the game. Because it means we don't get to see her whack Vise over the head if she gets confused with her weight form of Q-Paul. Okay, I think this is a Mimic chess boss, which means it might be our old pal Sullivan Bane again. Man, this guy really gets around, doesn't he? Well, let's get started. Let's go purple. And a Cutlass Fury. And everyone else just focus up. You'd really think that this guy would get the picture and would stop trying to defend the loot from us. So I think we've beaten him about 6 times so far. But he never gives up, so he's kind of like Vise in that way. I guess that he is really commendable in his commitment to his thievery. Oh, there's Pirate Raphew. I think he might still be alive after that, so you just defend yourself and everyone else focus. Because Pirate's Wrath does roughly 3 times the damage of Cutlass Fury, so I think he might just be alive.
Pirate's Wrath!
No, never mind. He's definitely dead. I don't know why I underestimated you guys.
Yeah!
You are a powerhouse after all. Of course he was gonna die. And we get a Zael seed. And the Winter Orb. Okay, let's make our way back. It's good we went the wrong way first, so we don't have to backtrack for that. I believe it's the next dungeon after this, where if we fail to backtrack properly, there is a very long path we have to take to get back. So I might have to double check which way is the wrong way before we do that part. Ah, back attack, excellent. Well, we know what to do here. Let's just guard and throw out a quicker.
Moons, give me
In this way, we'll act first on the next turn and be able to do a rain of swords. And that'll deal with the loopers as well as the penguins. Yeah, they have no chance if we get a back attack.
That was easy.
Well, we still need about 100 more experience with Vise until he can learn Vislum. And once we get that, we'll be able to take everyone off the silver weapons. And we receive the Ice Splitter. Oh wait, maybe I did go the right way last time. There must be another path to the other direction then. Hey, it's the sloth guy again. It's been a while since we last saw him. Dolfstra. Or Dolfstra, I guess his name is. Well, it's another back attack, so we know what to do here. Let's go into quicker, then focus up. And then we should be able to do a Rain of Swords to deal with the loopers. And probably do a Royal Blade to deal with the sloth.
Moons, give me strength.
Let's see what our focused energy looks like. I think we just have enough. No wait, that's a Pirate's Wrath. We're not going to do that. I was wondering what was happening then. And everyone else continue to attack the sloth just in case he doesn't die. And do a Royal Blade.
Face my blade.
This sloth has a lot of health. The last time we faced this sloth was in Rixus, which is the previous ancient city we were in. So I guess it's themic for these here as well. So the Swarmerang, which is the weapon that Ica has a 100% chance to cause confusion if it hits an enemy that is able to be confused. Just whack the sloth on the head with a weight. Oh, don't counter-attack that, it was funny. What a jerk. Right, so it's time for a Cutlass Fury. You confuse him again. You know what, everyone just burn him down. And Fina, do a Lunar Glyph, why not? May as well try and petrify the guy. Yeah, this sloth is way tankier than the last time we fought him. The last time you only took about 2 Cutlass Furies to kill him. Right, so Aika is wearing the defensive aura that makes her immune to normal physical attacks. But it won't make her immune to super moves. And let's petrify the guy.
No! Petrify my enemy!
Oh, he's still alive. Okay, just burn him down, I guess. You know what, let's do an Alpha Storm. It's been a while since we last did that. Okay, never mind. Cutlass Fury beat you to it.
We did it!
So we can really cheese enemies with the guaranteed chance to confuse them, since it wastes their turn. So it's a very cheap weapon. But it's also very effective. Now where is the actual exit from this place? I think I'm just missing something obvious. Oh, we're being back attacked ourselves. By some sort of insect that's stuck in an icicle. Vermis is his name. Well, let's break him out. With a Pirate's Wrath. Alright, we should probably change our weapon colour. Since these are ice element. Well, let's break him out of there. And everyone else work on the Walrus. And slice him in the face. So sadly this Swarmerang damage is quite low. But the ability to confuse more than makes up for it. Though if we want to use Lambda Burst and the like more effectively, we'd probably want to change her weapon.
I hope that I'm being useful.
Oh, which reminds me, we got a new weapon, didn't we? We should probably check that out. Right, so who's the Ice Butter go to? Oh, we are now Vise the Dashing. Right, it's not you. It might be Aika. It's Aika. Yeah, that's a lot more damage. A boomerang with an icy clear sharp blade that seemingly freezes the air it flies through. I guess let's use that for the time being. This way her Lambda Burst will be a lot more powerful. Right, now we need to try and find the exit to this place that evidently I've completely forgotten. Oh, we keep going this way. Okay, that makes sense. I'm just an idiot. And this is where you can chime in and say, but aren't you always an idiot? And I can't really argue against it because, yeah, I kind of am. Alright, well, let's check out our new weapon with the Lambda Burst. And everyone else just work on these dudes. So the weight that Cupor now turns into is going to be his second to last form. Cupor's final form will come when we give him every single Aberric Cham and normal Cham in the game. Yeah, we're likely to miss the enemies when we try whacking them with a fish. The accuracy is very low. Oh no, we're gonna confuse us. Well, it missed anyway, so it doesn't matter. If he confused us while we had the Swarmerang on, then we would have confused each other when she attacked us. And that would have just kind of got out of hand, probably. And we get Dronos. Excellent. That's another person that can use it in airship battles. Now, is there any sneaky treasure here before we move on? No, there isn't. It's always good to check. Now, we can't run around on this lift. I like running in circles when we go on lifts, for the hell of it. It's something to do. Right, let's go this way first. This looks like a dead end. There might be something here. Yep, there's a cham. Right, it looks like there's a save point over there. So let's go this way. This really isn't a very long dungeon. Hey, another bag attack. Well, all there is penguins, so... You know what we could do? Let's use quicker. And then everyone just defend.
Moons, give me strength.
We may as well spice things up a little bit. And use different super moves every once in a while. So this time, let's throw out our Omega Cyclone. Yeah, even guarding won't defend you against that.
That was easy.
So we need 2 more spirits for every turn before we can actually start spamming that move, which I don't think we're going to be able to get, sadly. And we get a Frostblade. Now that one sounds like it's either for Vise or Enrique. You know what, I'm guessing it's Enrique. Let's check him first. Yep, Frostblade. A blade so sharp and cold it is almost numbing to the touch and can confuse enemies. Since we have been getting a few upgrades for Vise recently, so I expected it probably wasn't for him. Right, here's the save point. Let's see, where should we save it? Exile Island, why not? Inside Glacia. So there is a moonfish down here, but we can't get to it yet. There's a weird gimmick to getting it, but we'll see later. So for now, let's just get our health back up. And let's go challenge the boss. So you can see that this guy has the 2 pitfall crest that we talked about earlier. When we were handling those quizzes. That's quite a long battle cry. Well, let's take him down. What's he called? Veltarn. So he is purple, obviously, so let's go red. And to begin with, right, so there's no point attacking him, so let's just focus. And we're going to buff up Vise. And everyone else focus. We're not going to bother with a normal attack from Vise, because when he's got this tuner out, his accuracy is so low he's probably just going to miss the boss. Avalauncher. Okay, that's a good pun name. I like that. Right, so that's a directional attack and it does a lot of damage. So we're going to have to heal up.
Moons, give me
We might just use a Shield of Justice for the time being. Because that way they should survive a second attack, and we don't have to heal as soon. Let's see, we could just throw out a Pirate's Wrath right now. I guess let's do that. Let's see, you just guard, and you continue focusing. There's no point using a Justice Shield if it's only Fina that's in danger.
Pirate's Wrath!
Oh, he's almost dead already. 7,000 damage. Almost 8,000. Death Laser. So that could cause instant death to us, but it's got a rather low accuracy. So we don't have to worry about it. See, we could easily finish the boss right now with another Pirate's Wrath, but let's not do that. Let's see what the boss can do first. So for now, let's just heal ourselves up. So throw out a Lunar Light.
Save us if you're late.
Yeah, Vise is so powerful right now that we can easily, like, two-shot bosses. Ah, there goes Vise. Instant death. Well, Fina, you got a job to do. Get him back up. We'll just let this boss do his business for a short while. And then we'll finish him. He just whacks us with his wing. Ah, confusion. Who are you going to attack, Enrique? The boss. Alright, why not?
Moves, give me strength.
And get back up, Thighs. We need you for when we decide to kill the boss. Oh, confusion's already faded. Excellent. Let's see. For now, let's just continue. You know what? Ica's MP is getting very low. So we've never used this spell before, so we may as well use it now. Epsilon Mirror. Creates a mirror-like aura that envelops Ica for 1 turn and restores 10 MP. And she gets a steel cap. And restores 10 MP. So that's one of the most overpowered moves in the entire game. Because if you want to just spam magic 24/7, then you basically have unlimited mana with Ica when you get that move. So if you were doing some sort of challenge playthrough where you don't want to use items to restore your mana, then that's a very useful super move. I guess we fought this guy for long enough. Let's just get ready to kill him. And let's just use this shield. Keep us safe.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
And this is where he does a death laser and kills somebody, and then Vise kills him before he can revive. And that's the end of that boss. So we did about 2,000 less damage, since we didn't have Increm at the end there. So Increm is definitely a viable spell to shove onto Vise whenever you get the chance. Because the amount of extra damage it does is quite insane. As well as the defensive side of it, of course. And we get a Crystal M box. But we'll probably find some excuse to use that. Let's continue. Well, there's two very long paths to take, and it looks like there's a treasure on one of them, so I guess we're going. And we get a moonberry. Excellent. And I guess we'll go to the other path as well, just to make sure there's no moonfish or cham over there. And then we'll go get ourselves the moon crystal. Yep, nothing over here. Well, let's go. And there's no one else here, so hopefully this time we don't have to fight a Gigas to secure it. It's so difficult to see. Someone's there. Now he looks very familiar. I don't believe it. Who's there? Rhaknam! Captain! What are you kids doing here? It really is you. I never thought I'd see you again. Yeah, well, it's been a while, Captain. I had a feeling you survived the attack. But, Captain, what are you doing at the bottom of Glacia? When we last left him, he was impaled. His harpoon was impaled into Rhaknam, and they were sinking under the skies. What? No, it's not. So he's been here all this time with Rhaknam. It is. What's Rhaknam doing here? Follow me. Is he dead? No, he's still alive, but he was badly wounded by Ramirez's ship. It's a fatal wound. Rhaknam is dying. So he's chasing after Rhaknam all these years to kill him, and I guess being stuck with him for this long while he's been dying has made him change his mind. When Rhaknam fled from Ramirez, I got pulled along. If I wasn't attached to him, the little Jack would have been destroyed. This is his home. Captain, you mean to tell me you've been alone here with Rhaknam the whole time? Aye. Is that... Vise, look, that light. What? Is that the moon crystal? It must be. Which would mean that this arc whale, Rhaknam, is the Purple Gigas? I can't believe that Rhaknam is the Purple Gigas. The name of the Purple Gigas is Flergoth. According to the legends, the citizens of a purple civilization implanted the purple crystal into a living creature. Then that means that Rhaknam was once a normal arc whale? Yes, I think that after Rhaknam was being transformed into the Purple Gigas and his master perished, he's been wandering the skies ever since. So this poor arc whale was also a victim of a war. But Captain, why did you stay here all this time? If the little Jack is here with you, why didn't you leave? I've spent my life searching for Rhaknam to avenge my crew and my son. I wasted all those years. Rhaknam saved me from Ramirez. I just thought that I could watch over him until his last moments. It's the least I could do. Why is he making that noise? I'm not sure. What's wrong? I'm here for you. This isn't good. Look at his eye. Rhaknam. I see. It's time for you to go. Time for you to join your friends. Goodbye. Oh, poor Rhaknam. He didn't mean to destroy all those ships and kill all those people. He was just a beast that had too much power but didn't know how to control it. Oh no. Look, the crystal. I'm sorry, Captain. And we receive a purple moon crystal. Well, I guess the good news out of this is that at least there isn't a Gigas to worry about. This is the first time we've got a moon crystal without there being a Gigas attack involved. But it's still tragic either way. And that's the box of feathers that his son had collected. So I guess that Drachma's finally let it all go. It's good to see the little Jack again. We had so many fond memories of that ship. We took down 2 Gigas in it. Or at least tried to. And we took down 2 admirals. Captain, are you really going to leave us? Chasing Rhaknam was my reason for living. And now I've got to start over. When you're as old as me, it's not easy to change your ways. I'm sorry, but I can't go with you. Vise, are you sure we should let him go? Yeah, I mean, it's his choice, it's his life. Yeah, we should just let him go. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. Captain, we finally met up again, but I guess this is goodbye. Boy, you've become quite a sailor. I'm proud of you. It's a little strange to hear compliments coming from you. The first time we met each other, he punched us in the face and threatened to kick us off our ship. Captain, before you go, there's something I wanted to tell you. You said that you and Rhaknam were both alone. But you're not alone, Captain. We've been with you the whole time. No matter how far apart we become, we'll still be sailing the same sky. The same sky, the same clouds, the same wind. We'll always be together one way or another. We'll never forget you. Captain, take care of yourself. I wish you all the luck in the world. Captain, you better visit us on Crescent Isle.
Goodbye.
It's so good to see the Delphinius, the little Jack alive and doing well. So that's the end of that adventure. It was very short. So now we're going back to Crescent Isle. But before we do that... Oh, we are now Vise the Fearless. Now that's the title. We want to put on our white map so we can sail back to Crescent Isle in peace. So now that we've finished this adventure, we should be able to go and get our new engine that's going to let us fly higher than the sky and lower than the clouds. And then we'll be able to collect every single discovery in the game, except for one. There's one specific discovery we can't get until a lot later. But we'll get that one when we can. So the next part is basically just going to be full of probably about 20 to 30 to 40 discoveries. There's going to be a lot of treasure hunting. So we're just riding the currents of the South Ocean to get us home quicker. Right, let's take these guys down. So, everyone pick a target. Lambda burst. And hope we kill them. Yeah, Vice has an exceptionally low chance of hitting a looper. Oh wow, we can actually kill loopers with Lambda burst. Oh, I didn't expect that. Yeah, loopers aren't immune to magic damage, they're just very resistant to it. So it looks like we're finally doing enough damage to kill them. At least the red ones anyway. And these ones were like the second type in the game. So it makes sense that we can now kill them, since we're basically at the end of the game now. We only have to get 2 more moon crystals and then we're done. And then we just need to keep them safe from Valuer. See, can we skirt around up here, or do we need to go through the actual rift? We can just about get through. Good. The direct route, even though it pained our engines a little bit. Because even though we can go through the Sky Rift, you still have to angle it perfectly, straight through the middle. If you try and go through on an angle, then it's just going to push you back. And we return home to Crescent Isle. So in the next part, we're going to get our new engine, and then we're going to go and hunt for all of those pesky discoveries. Including this one in the sky. You can just about see it when we angle the camera. It's at the end of that rainbow. We've heard someone mention that there's something there, so that'll be one of the first ones we grab, along with all the others. So, see you next time.